Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm playing for you series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, tell me I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I've already explained the fingerless gloves in previous reviews. I'm not living in my car. They just look cool. And it's cold, so. But this allows me to still do things and have dexterity. But anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work. I found some shit to review for you. And that's not the case. Wasn't the case with my previous review. It's not the case with this review either. I just got through reviewing some spiced mango sorbet flavored sparkling water from Waterloo and Guy Fieri. You can watch that review if you're interested. And I mentioned in that review that I was reviewing it because basically it was just tucked away in my fridge, and like I'd kind of forgotten about it. This one, a little bit similar, although it's been in my fridge for far less time, which is probably good given the nature of what it is. But what is it? It happens to be, boom, from Jones Soda, the Jones Soda Company. We have Pop Jones. This is their pineapple ginger prebiotic craft soda. Okay, only 4 grams of sugar. It's got more real juice, more fiber, less sugar than other digestive sodas. Jones has been making the best tasting drinks for decades, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's part of the Jones Soda Co. brand. They finally decided to go over there and jump into the fucking prebiotic, probiotic, hullabaloo bullshit stuff. Okay, I've reviewed stuff from Jones Soda. I've reviewed these alternative, digestive, whatever you want to call them, sodas before. This has pineapple. And folks, if you know me, you know I'm a proud pineapple slut. I, in fact, have an entire playlist called the Pineapple Playlist, which is a playlist of just pineapple-related stuff. That's where this is going to end up. Let's find out if it's any good. Let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like this. And we'll just kind of go, ha 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 ha. Let's give it a shot. I'm hoping it's good. I like Jones Soda, typically. Some of their stuff's a little, but like, that Hatch chili soda that they came out with a few years ago. I reviewed that, by the way. Has an interesting scent. Let's give it a go. Ooh. Goddamn. Oh. Okay. It's still going. Wow, that was an interesting... Still going a little bit. That's an interesting flavor experience. Now, here's the thing, though. You never go off the first sip. First sip is always a liar. You gotta give it another shot. So let's, second sip. That one, considerably more subdued. That first one, the hit of ginger in that was like almost to the extent of being like a ginger beer. Like it like really fucking whacked me and I was like, oh shit, which I actually like. I like a strong ginger flavor. But it did sort of run into the problem where it was seemingly masking the pineapple flavor. I was really just getting mostly ginger and kind of general fruit flavor. So I was like, oh, this is gonna, that's kind of where my expectations dipped. But the ginger itself did pull back. But then it just kept going. Like, it really lingered on my tongue for a long time. The second sip, considerably less punchy ginger flavor. And not in a bad way either. Still has a nice ginger flavor. But you've also got that nice flavor of pineapple coming through that I personally wasn't getting on that first mouthful. So I'm happy about that. It's not bad. I like it, but I don't love it. Here's why. 3 things I'm going to say. Number 1, well, 1 and 2 are basically tied together. I want more ginger. I want more pineapple. I love the idea of a pineapple ginger ale, and they do make it. I, in fact, reviewed Canada Dry over in Canada proper. They have pineapple Canada Dry over there. I've not enjoyed it all that much because, well, Canada Dry kind of sucks in my opinion. Although they do have certain things that I like. But their general ginger ale, I'm not a big fan of. I like a stronger ginger flavor. So with this, it's kind of a similar vibe. Although I do like it, I think I like it more than the pineapple Canada Dry. But I want more pineapple. I want more ginger. And part of that might be the digestive alternative soda aspect of it. Usually they're not as punchy with the flavor. So that's kind of my 1 and 2 grievance. I want more ginger. I want more pineapple. The third grievance comes from the fact that it is ultimately an alternative soda, and even though I think they've done a relatively good job of hiding those elements, because they are there, at the end of the day, they weren't able to completely mask them. You can definitely still tell that it's an alternative soda. It's not as egregious as some are. I do think companies have gotten a lot better, and it seems like Jones Soda, they've taken that to heart. Because ultimately, it is a nice tasting ginger pineapple soda, but it has this little sort of something extra that doesn't quite jive with the rest of it. And that's where your prebiotic, probiotic, all that shit comes into play. And because, they're only using 4 grams of sugar and stuff like that, there's only so much you can do to mask it. But I do think that they've done a good job of choosing flavors that can mask it with the pineapple and the ginger, both very strong flavors that, are going to help sort of even that out. I do like the hit of ginger it gives. I just wish it had a little bit more bite. A little bit more bite from that, a little bit more oomph from the pineapple. Out of the 2 flavors, I would still say I feel like the ginger is probably the stronger than the pineapple. I think you could probably blend it a little bit, play with it, but it does have that nice ginger flavor. And you do get that nice sort of tropical, somewhat acidic, kind of almost citrusy kind of vibe. I like it. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yeah, sure. Yes and yes. I think for me personally, as I've reviewed a lot of these alternative sodas, and I, intend to review more of them as time goes by, I like seeing not only the growth and progression of these items, as they hopefully improve over time, but moreover, I like the fact that we're starting to see some of these recognizable brands coming into play. Yeah, they might just be bucking on a trend to a certain extent, but it's interesting to see what they do with it. This is Jones Soda, as far as I know, their first outing in this, realm of alternative sodas, and they've come out fighting. They clearly have taken what they know about putting together good soda and applied it to this, and I think that gives them a leg up over some of these other companies where I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. So I think for me personally, although I don't think this would be a go-to drink for me or anything, it's something where I would pick it up every now and again. I like the blend of flavors. I do wish that, again, we got more pineapple, more ginger, but all things concerned, I like it. And that's why if I'm recommending it, sure. It's not going to get a huge resounding recommendation from me. There's definitely been alternative sodas that I think I have a little preference for, but I would say that this is kind of in the general sort of upper tier. Just not maybe the uppermost. But I think overall it's a nice flavor. I think it does a pretty good job of sort of hiding those prebiotic elements to it. And it's something where, again, it's from a reputable company that obviously has a lot of experience working with sodas, which could work for or against you depending on where you fall in that. Because, you might be not inclined to look at a company that, typically makes sugary sodas and think, okay, well, I'll let them handle my alternative soda choices. But at least for me, I like Jones Soda as a general rule, and I think they did a good job. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly pineapple-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, when it's pineapple, it's always pineapple-tastic. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, let me know, what other company would you like to see, put out some alternative sodas? I have heard that Pepsi is planning to, or they already have. I'm not certain. I have not found it, if it's already out. But I know that they were talking about doing a run of, prebiotic run of their famous cola. So, if I run into it, I'd like to review it. I mean, I'd be interested in seeing, maybe Dr. Pepper give it a swing. They're always really good at, finding ways to make their products still really tasty, even if there's zero sugar or diet or what have you. So, I think if they gave it a shot, they'd be one of the best ones to do it. Well, let me know your thoughts.